Try to, I love you, my dear son. We miss you so much. Your sister's missing you. You know, please come back. Get in the car and we'll take you home. They don't try to like kidnap you and take you by force, you see. So Krishna is the same way. He doesn't try to kidnap you and bring you as a prisoner in handcuffs with a straitjacket back to your home. No, he tries to induce you. My dear souls, I'll tell you what, I'll come here and show some pastimes. I'll attract you. I'll lift Govardhan, you know. I'll kill a bunch of demons in Vrindavan. I'll try to attract you by these activities and try to give you the Bhagavad Gita teachings, have great sages who can enlighten you. I'll do everything I can to attract you. Give a nice temple here in Toronto, you see. Try to attract you to come back to your original relationship with me in the spiritual world. So in this way, you see, you exist for the purpose of giving Krishna a certain unique, very sweet, unlimitedly ambrosial relationship with him. So if we stay here in the material world, what are we doing? We're simply cheating ourselves. Yeah. We're cheating ourselves big time. Would you like to cheat yourself? Well, that's what we're doing by staying here. I am his body, I'm male, I'm female. You see, we're cheating ourselves. I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm Canadian. We're just cheating ourselves, you see. Not big time cheating ourselves, you see. So why should we keep cheating ourselves? Does that make any sense? Do you want to cheat yourself? But yet we're doing it. We're cheating ourselves big time. 8 o'clock, I was told. 8 o'clock. So let's be a little intelligent. In America, they call it, I don't know in Canada, in America it's called a no-brainer. They use that saying in Canada too. And maybe Indians don't know, but in America it's a common saying, that's a no-brainer, man. I mean, only an idiot, even if somebody who's mentally retarded can understand. It's done that, you say. So to become Krishna conscious is a no-brainer. Even a retarded idiot can understand, I have to do this, I have to become Krishna conscious. So I think most of us are bound to lower retarded idiots. So let's not go lower than retarded idiots by embracing the bodily conception. My happiness to gratify the tongue, the belly, the genitals, yeah, let me enjoy. It doesn't work. And through these many, many millions of species, we've been trying to enjoy sense gratification as a hog, as a dog, as a monkey, as an orangutan, as an alligator. You're just trying to enjoy as an alligator. We all went through all these species before we got the human form. Do you know you're an alligator in a previous life? Do you know you're a baboon? You know you're a cactus plant? You know you're a mosquito? We've gone through all these different forms trying to enjoy in 8,400,000 different types of ways. Do you know you're an alligator in a previous birth? We were. We've been through all these different forms trying to enjoy in this way an elephant, a donkey, an ass. I mean, wow. It just goes on and on. And moon beings, Mars beings, all the planets also, throughout the whole universe, even the multi-universes. The scientists now say there are multi-universes, and they're right, there are. This universe we're now is only one of unlimited varieties of universes out there in this material existence. So we've been going through this again and again and again. Panak panashcharbata charbananam. Again and again, chewing the chew, the Vedas tell us, you see. We tried in this way, we tried in that way, we couldn't be happy in this way, let's try in that way, on and again. But again and again, chewing the chewed. We chewed being a demigod, it didn't work. We tried being a plant, tried being a tree. We've tried so many ways to be happy, and we were never satisfied. There was a popular song when I was a kid on the radio. I can't get no satisfaction. I'm doing this, I'm smoking this, I'm trying this, but I can't get no satisfaction. That's a fact. It was a mega hit because it really hit and hurt. It's a huge million seller. Because the fact is we try so many ways to be satisfied, we can't get any satisfaction. We tried so many ways. We tried being a millionaire, we tried being a pop star, we tried so many ways to be happy, but it never worked, you see. It never worked, you see. Tried being a demigod, trying to be so many things. We've been demigods also. Do you know you're a demigod with your own planet in the past? We've tried so many ways to be happy. It didn't work, you see. So now if we take advantage of these wonderful teachings of Srila Prabhupada, take advantage of the wonderful disciples of Prabhupada and grand disciples of Prabhupada who are trying to show us how we can actually be tuned in, turned on, and blissing out 24/7, you see. tuned into our actual eternal, blissful, knowledgeable natures, and never more again overcome by the influence of the modes of nature. So, does anybody have any objections? Was I too heavy? I don't want to blow you out of the water. I mean, I want to attract you. I don't want to repel you. Maybe I was too heavy. Sometimes they say I'm too heavy and they want to run away. But I'm trying to make it very sweet and approachable. I know that's what attracted me to join ISKCON. I was a young hippie singer-songwriter trying to make it big in the music world. And I met the devotees. And the devotees gave me this whole thing like, we must accept the higher authorities. I mean, like the military, fall in, soldier, got to accept the higher authorities. I mean, oh, you kidding? And I wasn't interested. But then later on, I met one saint named Vishwajana Swami, and he was singing so sweet, and he said, just give your love to Krishna. And I went, yeah, I can relate with that. I have a tendency to love, why not give it to Krishna? Yes. And actually, it's confirmed by Rupa Goswami. Have you read the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Prabhupada translate, Yena tena pakarena mana Krishna veshaya. Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada used this principle to start this movement. He said, don't worry about rules and regulations. Just become Krishna conscious and the rules and regulations will become your servants. I remember there's a video of the old days of the devotees chanting in Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. One devotee has a beard and long hair, and he's playing the concert with a cigarette between his fingers. You see? But he was relishing the kirtan, and he later on became a mixed-up devotee, you see. So Prabhupada, especially in the early days in Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, all the hippies going crazy with LSD and free sex, Prabhupada just got them addicted to the names, and then they gave up their illicit sex and their intoxication. So this is better than illicit sex and intoxication, you see. So don't worry about, of course you Indians are used to more interested, you know about austerities like fasting and for us, fasting is like unbelievable. We couldn't even dream of such a... In India, this is more common, you see. But for the Westerners, Prabhupada just let us get the taste of kirtan and the prasadam and everything else came. And we said, oh yeah, this is pretty good. This chanting is so nice. Okay, if I give up illicit sex and intoxication, I can get even more flavor from the name, you see. So in this way, Prabhupada, he followed Rupa Goswami's advice, and he was able to plant the seed of bhakti so powerfully here in America and Canada, it spread all over the world. You see. In India, the people are thinking, we want to become westernized, that's high-tech, yeah. We got to become westernization, ki jai. But when the Westerners came to India chanting and dancing, the Indians couldn't believe it. The Westerners are chanting and dancing Hare Krishna. Must be okay then. Our Vaishnava culture must be okay if the Westerners are doing it. So then the Indians embraced it too when they saw the Westerners were doing it. It's an interesting story of the history of our movement. You can read the books, that's how it happened. He took the Westerners to India and showed the Indian people, the Westerners, as chanting Hare Krishna and dancing in ecstasy. So they said, okay, we'll join too. And then now it's been very popular in India. The Indians all over the world love this movement, you see. But it took them seeing the Americans doing it and Canadians before they could embrace it. So anyway, if there's any questions, I'd be happy to try, or any objections and arguments. It's open discussion. Guru Maharaj, you want to add some points? Everybody's welcome to speak up. Now don't be shy. I've come all the way from Austin, Texas to speak to you all, so if you have questions, it's great. Don't, take this up, yes.
So, we have been fallen on this material world, right? But where did we fall from? Not that it's relevant, because we are already here, but it's just a curiosity.
Can you help me understand the question?
Where did we fall from? We are in the material world. Where did we fall from?
When did we fall down? Prabhupada said since time immemorial. Actually, that's a very interesting question. It's answered in different ways. When Prabhupada said since time immemorial, you can't trace out the time when you fell down. I have it from my realization of studying from all these years. See, the spiritual world is a realm of timelessness. There's no past and future. The spiritual world is the eternal present. And the material world is a world of time. So my understanding is, In other words, at the border between the material world and the spiritual world, there's no time. So there's no time when you fell down. Because leaving this, there's timeless, the spiritual world is a world of timelessness. So that's why it said you're either eternally liberated or eternally conditioned. So it's a very kind of a tricky philosophical understanding. That's my realization. You can't measure any time in material time when you fell down, because there's no time existing in the spiritual world. Now what's this? Oh, a question on the internet. I know that it's not an easy thing to understand. But time, the spiritual world, there's no time you left the spiritual world because time doesn't exist there. That's the world of timelessness, the world of time. So there's no time you actually enter here. I mean, it's hard to understand. It goes beyond the mundane brain, to be honest with you. But if you think about the spiritual world has no time, so there's no time you left it, because the time doesn't exist there. I don't know if that helps. It may confuse you even more. But Prabhupada always said you can't trace out the time when you entered their service since time immemorial. That's how Prabhupada, that's a very simple way. Now there's something here to read.
Where from which place did we fall down from?
We fell from the spiritual world. There's two dimensions in the spiritual world. There's the unlimited Vaikuntha planets where Lord Vishnu resides in each one, different pastime. And then there's the highest planet is called Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna is with the gopis and the cowherd boys and the Jamuna. So we either fell from Goloka Vrindavan or one of the Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual realm. And going back, here's the good news. If I found in Lord Chaitanya, even if you're in the Vaikuntha planet, before you fell down with a four-arm form, or something, four-arm Vishnu, I find in Lord Chaitanya, you go back to Goloka, where Krishna's having his flute and all that. So when you go back by joining ISKCON, you see, becoming part of this movement, following Lord Chaitanya, even if you came from the Vaikuntha realm where you have a four-arm rolling four-arm Vishnu, you go back to Goloka. You get to change rasas. See, there's different relationships. Awe and reverence is the relationship with the Vaikuntha realm. And the Goloka, you become Krishna's buddy or his parents or his girlfriend. See, all those more intimate relationships are only in Goloka, the highest planet. By finding Lord Chaitanya, you get to go to Goloka, even if you came from Vaikuntha. That's some little information. That's a good thing. That's why we chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. That means Goloka Vrindavan, you see. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else? Thank you very much for asking questions. Now another one. Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Got a Krishna t-shirt.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your wonderful lecture. My question is that you mentioned that everything is blessing from Krishna, like adversities, challenges, or anything bad that we see right now in this world is also blessing from Krishna. So how do we see that as a blessing from Krishna? You said it will take some time and practice.
How to say a reverse condition is Krishna's blessing? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. That takes a lot of faith, and takes a deep understanding of the philosophy and very strong faith in Krishna, which is developed by associating with Krishna's holy name, his devotees, his pastimes, etc. How to see reverse conditions? Now we can analyze it. A good example is Queen Kunti. You know that shloka, Vipadarshanti tattata jagadguru bhavadam yajadam narshad aparvapadarshanam. Kunti was finding in great distress. You can imagine the Pandavas were exiled to the forest. There was man-eating demons. They were given a palace of shellac. And then finally it was all finished. There was no more difficulties, and Krishna left for Dwarka. She was saying, better those difficulties come back again, because then I can see you again. So that's how a devotee understands when I'm in great difficulty. Even in the material world, an example. I see sometimes we see that, there's the people, the karmis are out there, normal thing, make money, have kids, save for my retirement, blah, 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 decorate my house, mow the lawn. But then when there's a calamity, like a flood or a hurricane, they say, may God help us. When there's difficulty, they turn to God. Even the karmis, we see that again and again. When there's difficulty, even the karmis, It said there's an example of some atheist in the war, in the foxhole. It became called a foxhole conversion. And the enemy is closing in on him. He says, "God, please save me." He was an atheist, but when the enemy is closing, "Oh, God, please save me." You see? So even in the material world, it's a very common example. When there's difficulty, we immediately turn to God. When it's all helpless and hopeless. So in that way, a devotee sees reverses as a special blessing. That now I can intensify my helplessness and my total dependence on the mercy of the Lord. That's a common sense thing. Make sense? Yeah. And this is wonderful questions. I appreciate these questions. I was told we can go to 8 o'clock. That's 25 more minutes. So if we quit in early, though, if y'all don't really want to ask questions. But I'm allotted 25 more minutes for answering questions. Anybody have any? Here we go. Here's 2 more. Okay, good.
Hare Krishna, dear Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. Thank you very much. Srila Gurudev, I have a follow-up question to that. Sometimes in difficulties, we say that these are karmic reactions, and sometimes one interpretation is it is Krishna's blessing. So is it karmic reaction or is it Krishna's blessing?
I haven't repeated.
Sometimes when there are difficulties, we say it is a karmic reaction. So is it a karmic reaction or Krishna's?
Karmic reactions are also a blessing. Actually, Prabhupada explains in this way. Krishna says, when you surrender to me, I take away all your karma. Sarva pape mokshayashami. I deliver you from all your sinful reactions. But yet, sometimes even after surrender, we get some reactions. That's a token reaction. I deserve to have my hand cut off, only I cut my finger instead. So devotee also gets minimizations of his previous karma, even after surrender, to help him intensify his surrender. So either if you take your karmic reaction as a blessing also, to remind me not to be sinful. You see? So the devotee takes it, actually I deserve worse. I deserve to have my hand cut off and only had a little cut. I took a Band-Aid and it was okay. The devotee takes reverses as a minimization of what he actually deserves for his previous sinful activities. And that way he takes them as a blessing. I was blessed by... Prabhupada gives the example of some man, he owed $100,000. He went to the court. There was some court case, and the judge ruled in his favor and said, but you have to give 1 penny. Instead of $100,000, you have to give 1 penny, the judge ruled. They have to give 1 penny. So, that 1 penny it doesn't hurt so much to give 1 penny. Now they're going to take the penny out of circulation anyway. But he took it as a blessing. I only give 1 penny. So devotee takes whatever sufferings he goes through as Krishna's mercy. I deserve 100 times worse, and I'm only getting this. That way. That's one way of looking at it, yeah. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. How do we remove envy and selfishness from our heart? Because that is what really stops like most of us from serving.
How can we remove envy and selfishness from our heart?
What?
Envy and selfishness from our heart. How can we remove it?
Envy of Krishna?
Envy and selfishness?
Envious of Krishna?
No.
Enviousness
Envy
itself.
and selfishness.
Yes, enviousness and selfishness.
How can we get rid of enviousness and selfishness? So this is a very important question because that's what got us here to begin with. So, but as Prabhupada explains, Krishna consciousness is our highest self-interest. So they have a saying called, you have to look after good old number 1. The Karmis have such a saying like that. But actually, we can use that in Krishna consciousness also. I must always do what is most beneficial for me, you see. So, but you have to be intelligent about it, you see. Some of you have more money, more sex, more fame, no. Those are bad for me. What is best for me? So you can take that principle of self-interest and dovetail it with Krishna consciousness. Becoming the pure devotee of Krishna, completely free from all lust, anger, madness, illusion, envy, that is my highest self-interest. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, but specifically, how do we deal with envy? Because that is very difficult to remove.
Specifically, how do we deal with envy?
Oh, Prabhupada wrote me one letter. He said, spiritual envy means You see somebody is serving Krishna better than you should try harder so Krishna recognizes you also. So Prabhupada told me. Spiritual envy. Well, that devotee plays the drum better than me, so let me practice so I can also play nicely, for example. Does that help a little bit more?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Anything else? Everybody's satisfied now, ready to call it quits and head back to your apartments.
Hare Krishna, sorry. Any more questions? Just taking one last time. Okay. Thank you so much for attending the beautiful lecture by His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari. We have some wonderful books here, authored by him. And if you love the class and want to know more about his works and his teachings, they all are in these wonderful books, especially the Divine Love Memoir. It's his life story and how he came into Krishna consciousness and what inspired him to come in, and it may inspire you as well. You can always get it signed here. Srila Gurudev, he's sitting here to get it signed, so you can always approach him and get it signed. Srila Gurudev also conducts a course online. It's a free course for everyone to join, in which you receive a question every day and his thoughts
You have
for
to
the
have
day.
the phone available for that.
Yes, so you can...
You have to have the phone available.
Yeah. So you can come and join the course. I have it on the phone here. It just takes 5 seconds to join in. You just need to put your name and email, and you can always join in a few seconds. And with that, you will receive a daily update and email, his thoughts for the day. You can also ask him questions. He has his own email where you can approach him with questions, and he'll give you very quick answers. And those answers are also sometimes put up in those emails. And it's inspired a lot of people. It's inspired thousands and thousands of people to approach Krishna consciousness. And yes. Yeah, so thank you so much for attending today's beautiful lecture. Stay updated for more. We have a few more lecture series by His Grace Shriman Sankarshan Das Adhikari and Her Grace Srimati Vishnupriya Devi. Tomorrow there is a Bhagavatam class on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. in the temple, 7:30 a.m. sorry, at the temple. So you can always join us for that. And His Grace will also be giving a Sunday feast lecture. So if you're interested in hearing more from them, then please join us for these events as well. Hare Krishna.
You take a book, you get a signature also.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we have the link open. So and it's a very small link. It's www.joincourse.com. But if you want to sign up right now, Mataji here has the link with her. You can just put your name and email, and you'll immediately start getting. It's a free course, so try joining it. It's a nice way to receive beautiful updates online. And we have the books here, starting from $2 till $12. Very reasonable books, and inspire you very well. So, and it's a wonderful opportunity to ask some personal questions and also get these books signed as well. You can come then and buy here and contact Sudarshan Prabhu for how can you take these books. There's also prasadam available, so you can come and take some prasadam. Prabhu's, we'll have His Grace Sankarshan Prabhu giving off prasadam, so you can come and take some prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prasadam. Everyone come and get some prasadam. Unlimitedly merciful. Prabhupada is unlimitedly merciful. He's an ocean of mercy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You all can line up here to take some prasadam from His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari. And also there are some beautiful books here. So try getting them. It's a wonderful opportunity. And they're there this week as well. So if you're here in the morning and in the evening, then you can always attend their classes.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for attending Tuesday Sanga. And I would like to remind that Tuesday Sanga is every Tuesday at 6:30. Please remember to join on Tuesdays. Bring your friends, bring your family members. Thank you so much.
will go back. No, she's my mom.
Shri Gurudev, she's asking, how can she serve you more at your lotus feet? You can give it to me.
Please bless me so I can chant the Hare Krishna name at least 30 million times in this life. I would be very old, but
You take prasad from me? वो ले लो and then I'll put it. They have been serving for more than 5 years. Since I was put my okay. I'll have to use it. Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev, he's serving in the temple since 5 years, and he wants his blessings to become a great preacher and also serve the Lord.
Yes, I'm empowered to make the whole world great.
Yes, he also wants to serve the deities as a pujari. So if you, yes, but second initiated. Yeah.